So you're broke.
I'm broke!
Well, this is awkward. Certified Stars Walls Go. Today, I'm gonna show you how to save money with a low income, and we're starting right now.
Brim low on my fitted, dreams always been vivid. I'm just trying to go get it, catch me right around and I'm ignorant. I'm just rolling.
Now, me personally, I'm cheap as fuck, but I also like to ball out as well. And the only two things I'm gonna tell you to save on is your house and your car. I've heard some of the craziest things on saving money.
Didn't pay for Netflix, I didn't pay for Hulu, I didn't pay for Amazon, I didn't get any unnecessary streaming services that I didn't need.
Not in my house.
Next up is cell phone bills. Did you know that the average American pays $80 a month for their cell phone bill? Wow, that's a lot of money.
You're kidding, right?
People, you don't have a savings problem, you have an income problem. It's too much month left at the end of your money. So use my budget to make good finance decisions now and in the future. Guys, if you don't know how to manage your money, you'll always be broke, regardless of how much you make, which is why a lot of athletes go broke. So if you're low income, be cheap on the big ticket items. Maybe don't eat out as much, but I'd rather you work an extra shift every month instead of you penny pinching. So let's run through these numbers. This is the 50-30-20 method. I'll explain the method, then give you an example. The 50% is your needs, your utility, grocery, rent, car, and your minimum monthly payment on your debt, like student loans and credit cards. 30% of your income is to pay down additional debt, then savings, and then investing. Now, when it comes to debt, we were taught that debt is bad. But a mortgage on a duplex that you're renting out and is paying you every month is good debt. And obviously, your credit card is bad debt. I also look at the interest rate on the debt. So your federal student loan has an interest rate of 2.75%. After inflation, you're barely paying anything for that money. So just make your minimum monthly payments on that student loan debt. Why, you ask? It's simple. Say you took that $1,200 stimulus check and you put it on your student loans. Congratulations, you just saved 2.75% on interest, which ain't shit. Or you could take that $1,200 and put it in an index fund that will pay you 8 to 10% on your money. And since 10% is more than 2.75%, you're stupid if you don't invest it. Just don't spend it on a new TV. I repeat, don't be stupid. Now, let's take the average credit card rate, which goes from 13 to 24% in interest. Get rid of that shit, like right now. Take this 30% of your income and put it all on your credit cards. Pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. And once you're out of credit card debt, you can start saving. Save 15% and invest 15% until you have 6 months worth of saving. Which in New York, if you're making $10 an hour, that's about $1,300 a month. Times that by 6 is 21.
You stupid.
$7,800 in savings. Once you have that, invest the whole 30%. If you're under 40, you can put your money in riskier assets like Bitcoin or cheap stocks. But if you're over 40, start looking at safer things to invest, like an index fund, bonds, or high interest savings accounts. Now the 20% is your wants. Eating out, shopping, dating for guys, vacations, gifts for other people, and anything you do during the day that involves spending money. If you can't afford to go out every week, don't. And if you're with your boys, always be cheap. Those are your friends. Who cares what they think? Now, if you lack discipline, like I used to, this is what you do. When you get paid, put 50% of your money into your checking account. Do not keep a debit card to this account. All your bills should be set to automatic pay, so you're good. Take 30% of your check and pay off debt immediately. Or transfer 15% to your savings account. Do not keep a card attached to your savings account. That's how I bought the bar once. So do as I say and not as I do. Once you have 6 months worth of savings, take the full 30% and transfer it into your investment account, like Robinhood or TD Ameritrade. Then the 20% goes into a separate checking account that you have a debit card to. The only card you have access to. The only card you keep on you. So what do those numbers look like in New York on $10 an hour? Using smartasset.com, your check at 40 hours a week should be $1,300 a month after taxes.
I'm broke, I'm broke.
Without health insurance.
What?
Welcome to America. $650 goes to your needs. $390 goes to the rest of your credit card debt, savings, or investing. And $260 goes to your wants, which is $65 a week. That's not bad as long as you're not going out thotting it up every weekend. Now, here's how to cut back on your car and house. If you're living with your parents, congrats. That's as cheap as you're gonna get. But if you have an apartment, you shouldn't be spending more than 25% of your income on your apartment. So if you live in New York, I'll rent out my cardboard box for you for $325 a month. Anyways, if you're spending more than $325 a month, you need to get a roommate. I prefer a woman or a cheap studio. I know this isn't comfortable, but ask yourself, would you rather live uncomfortably now to live comfortably in the future? Your answer should be yes, bitch. Oh, and do you have a new car? Bro, get rid of that shit. You don't have to drive a hoopty, but who you fooling? You make $10 an hour. You're not tricking anyone. If you drive a new Honda, you drive a Honda. I don't care what year it is, bro. It's a Honda. Humble yourself. Why spend $500 a month on a car note when no one cares? You drive a Honda. I want a Tesla Model X, and when I buy it, it will be used and it will be a business expense. I never buy new cars. I prefer cars with high highway miles. I buy them from places with mostly highways, like Texas. Stay away from city dealerships like New York City. That way, you get a good car for the cheapest price. When I bought my car, I didn't ask to test drive it. I called and asked them could I drop it off at a credible mechanic shop to do a pre-buy inspection. If they said yes, I came in to inspect it first with tips I've learned from YouTube. Then, if it looked good, I took it to the mechanic where I paid for a pre-buy inspection. If the mechanic said it was issues with the car, I used that to negotiate the price. Or not buy it at all. And that's how I buy my cars. Now, the more money you make, keep that 50-30-20 rule, and you'll never be broke again. I'm out.